Welcome back, everybody, to another great episode with Texas Veteran Lawn Service. I'm your host, Kevin, and today we're going to talk about the Husqvarna 125 BV handheld blower. Now, we've had this guy for 2 years, and I've never done a tune-up with it. So we're going to walk through this whole system. We're going to get it cleaned up. We'll probably even bust the carburetor off, put it in the BOMAC parts cleaner system, and I'm sorry, HOMAC, not BOMAC. Apologize for that. And get it cleaned up, and we'll see what else we need some parts maybe to replace. See you soon. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the air breather out, the air filter, and I know we're going to need a new one. I mean, look at that guy. 2 years, I'd say. I'd say that's definitely needs to be replaced. Okay guys, what we're looking inside of here is the air breather housing. So you see all this stuff right here, all that, you know, just junk. I mean, that's nasty. That will eventually make it inside of your carburetor, which you could see that right back there. See, maybe I can get you a little better view. Here we go. Right back there in that corner is where you're looking at, and that's where the air comes in. So when you squeeze the trigger, when you choke it, there you go. When you choke it, that's what's opening and closing. So this is the choke position, and then the run position is where it's open. And so, and you see your butterfly moving right there, your carburetor flap, your butterfly flap there. All right, so when all this junk goes in here, it makes its way inside that carburetor. So we know that carburetor is nasty. Now this machine runs really rough, and all it needs is a thorough cleaning, and this guy is good to go. It's one of my favorite blowers. It does a really good job. It was with me the first 1.5 years of business until I upgraded to a backpack blower. I have the Echo 580T, but we're going to be upgrading to a Husqvarna 540 or whatever it is, 600 or whatever the numbers are. This on and off switch here wasn't turning off when I would press the button. So either the switch is out, or there's a connector not working right, or something else is, here it goes right here. I see the problem. Right here, see that? That should be connected inside there. That is the switch that tells the firing, whatever this thing is called, but I know it gives it fire to the spark plug, the igniter, or whatever it's called, ignition or something. It cuts off the cycle to this, because it all operates at a cycle. So it cuts that off, and then it shuts it off, and it's down from there. So we're going to take this apart, resolder that back in. I'll show you guys how to do that. Get this guy back in service. I really miss using it, and it's also my leaf mulcher too. So it does a good job with those smaller jobs on mulching those leaves. Alright, let's see here. Oh, little housing comes off there, just kind of folds out. It's a little heat shield, but alright, see, if you look on this carburetor, it has a high and a low as well. And we'll switch there. Alright, so next thing, we got a fuel in here, so let's go ahead and dump this fuel out. Alright, this fuel bulb can come out. We just have two little clips in there we need to kind of bring together, and then it'll come right on out. Let's see here if I can reach those guys. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take this carburetor apart. I mean, this is nasty. Look at that. That is just, ugh. No wonder she doesn't quite run right. And look at that. That's like someone put their cat in there. So we're going to take this apart, clean it really good inside, outside, take the diaphragm out, blow everything out, and get it all cleared up. So I'll show you guys how to do that, put it all back together. Let's do it. That is one nasty fuel tank. Look at that. That is just gross. So we're going to get that guy cleaned up too. Okay guys, so here's the HEMI parts washer. I'm going to go ahead and get this baby turned on. Get this shelf cleaned up here just a little bit. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright, so when you are cleaning this guy, you want to make sure that you don't lose any of your parts in here. So we took all the loose stuff off, so we have nothing to worry about. I'll go ahead and take that guy off right there. Clean these at two separate things. All right. Now, this awesome piece of equipment I got from Northern Tools. Now, I'm not a big fan of Harbor Freight or Northern Tools, but they do carry some good products, and it's not always cheap stuff. A lot of times it's from name brands, and the products end up doing really well. So this piece I bought for about 200 bucks. I originally went in to get a small one and they didn't have one. Alright, so just by that little brushing, hold on, do a little bit more right here. We were able to do, oh, get in here a second. We were able to clean it up really good. I mean, look at that. Is she pretty or what? I mean, that's pretty clean for just a couple of seconds. So we're going to open this up in here. Probably going to have a little bit of carbon buildup, I'm sure, just by looking at that that air intake. So I'm just going to go ahead and, plus when we take it apart, we'll want to blow it dry too. That'll ensure everything is dried out. Alright, so you don't want to open this fuel tank, although we could still clean it out, so it's not going to be a problem. Let it drip dry, but see if I can find a rag here. Your equipment can last for years and years. Sometimes you just got to put a little bit of work into it, treat it with some respect and treat it good, and it'll last a long time. And then sometimes you do get those units that no matter how good you treat them, they just don't hold up, and you know, unfortunately that's just how it is sometimes. Now this solvent that I'm using is a water soluble solvent, so it's not real strong, it's real mild, and it's safe. It's not going to hurt your, you know, your hands or your skin, like, you know, in the military, to clean our weapons from shooting thousands of rounds in a day, we would use Varsol, and that cleans them up super fast. But you needed to wear gloves because Varsol will really dry out your hands and fingertips and skin and everything. So we used Varsol and gloves, but anyways, and then we had the same kind of deal here, like this parts cleaner. So all right. We're going to go ahead and take our carburetor apart. Now you want to do this on a clean towel. That way you can identify any screws or nuts or springs or whatever that may come out of this guy. That way we got everything and nothing is missing. Right. We're going to clean it real good, and we're going to hook up the air compressor. We're going to blow everything out, although we probably don't need to blow everything out because this stuff, I mean, it like evaporates in thin air. A little dirty. Get that clean up in there. That spring right there, that spring is still dirty. Definitely won't pass my inspection. Alright, let's hit the cleaner. Alright, so we got that spring cleaned up in there pretty good. And everything else looks great on the inside. So we're just going to go ahead and put it back together. Alright, so we got the carburetor put back together. Now let's go ahead and clean some other components. This little guy right here, Okay guys, we are ready to go ahead and we're going to deal with this little guy here going inside here. So let's take this off of here. There you go. And it's way down in there, so we're probably gonna have to, we could order another one of these but take a while to come in, or we could go ahead and it'd probably be like, you know, 50 cents or something, or we can go ahead and take this plastic off and then get right to here because we don't really need it on there. But if we wanted, if you were worried about covering this guy, you know, I wouldn't be, because the other one's not covered. So we will just go ahead and get to inside here. That way we can open that clamp up, take that out, strip back a new piece of wire and put that on here, and you should be good to go. Okay guys, so now we need to go ahead and open up our soldering kit here. It's not a fancy kit, but we have everything we need in here. Show you guys. There we go. That's, trust me, that's everything you're going to need. More than enough for what we're going to be doing. So we're going to go ahead and take our soldering gun here, which has multiple temperature range, and then we have some solder, and we're going to go ahead and get that guy fixed up. And I'm thinking what we're going to do is, since that piece broke off on me, is I think I'm going to drill a hole right down in here, so that way that wire can go through it, and then roll it up and then solder it really good, and then I don't think I'll have to worry about anything. Alright, so we have our little bitty hole. I don't think I can focus here. Well, anyways, we have our little bitty hole right there. It's right inside, so let's go ahead and get it connected. Okay guys, so we're going to take this little piece and we're going to thread it through. Now we want to make sure we're winding this up real tight, because we didn't have a lot of room for too big of a drill bit. See, that's pretty small, so it should be just enough to slide through. May have to go a little tighter. Might have to drill it again just that little bit, but I'm thinking it'll work. Alright, so we're going to open it up just a little bit more. Alright, it's definitely opened up a lot. Alright. Take this guy here, get this guy out of the way. There we go. Alright, so we're going to come up here like this, and we're going to twist. Want to get tight. Okay, and then we're going to solder it, and that should be good. And of course, sure, we could have ordered that part, or that whole, they would have sent us a whole switch assembly, but I like doing a lot of things of my own. Or you could have went to electronics store and got a couple more of those fittings, but I just didn't want to have to leave the house. Alright, so now we have our guy is hot here, look at that. So we're going to go ahead, and it's set on 450 degrees, So we're gonna go ahead and get us some solder out. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get this guy going. Okay, pull up a little bit more. You want to push that solder into it. There you go. We're going to go and flip over on the other side. We're going to do the same thing there. See, you could tell it already went through, so that's really good. See if I can get you guys a little bit closer. Come on. There we go. Turn our soldering gun off. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be good to go. That'll be solid. So we'll let that guy dry and then we'll put everything back together. Alright, well now we got everything in place. We got a good welding connection on there. That'll do great. Now we can start putting everything back together. Let's do it. Okay guys, we got it all put back together, and we're going to put some gas in it and see how it does. Alright, we're going to put some fuel in here. It already makes a big difference. Just have cleaned everything out. I mean, that rotates so much better. Alright, so no sense of filling it up just in case we need to take it apart again. There we go, get the fuel up in there. Warm up a little bit more. And look, remember our stop button? I told you that didn't work, but it works now. So let's try that again. Might need to adjust the idle and a couple other settings since we cleaned everything out. In fact, let's go ahead and see if we can adjust that idle just a little bit. It probably got knocked around while we were taking everything apart, so... Right. I know we need a new air breather, so it might be clogged. Well, there you go, guys. We got it put back together. It runs really good. I just need to adjust the carburetor just a tad, and I'm waiting on those specialty tools to come in for this particular carburetor as those special wrenches. So I hope this helps some of you out there with a handheld blower or another type of blower or any kind of 2-cycle engine that you can't seem to get run right, or maybe the power shutoff switch doesn't work. Go ahead and open it up, take a look at everything, and I guarantee you can fix it and you save yourself a lot of money. Well, I'm Kevin with Texas Veteran Lawn Service. You guys will see me on the next one. Thanks for watching.